In January of this year, I was noticing that I had gained quite a bit of weight. I stopped by in the gym and put myself on the scale and noticed I was almost up to 150 pounds. And I'd also noticed that some of my clothes weren't fitting the same way. And I was frustrated because I was doing a lot of exercise. I was working out at the gym. I have Joe as my personal trainer twice a week, and I was often going at least once, if not twice a week, on my own to the gym and doing strong aerobic exercise, rowing, biking, stair climbing, and really vigorous, trying to keep myself well in condition. And I also swim. I do ocean swimming, and I have competed in half-mile swims. But here I was, still gaining weight, and I didn't understand. So Joe had mentioned to me that it's not always just your exercise, but it's really more your diet and how your weight is. So I did, back in January, sign up to work with him and get his counseling on my weight and my weight issue and why my clothes were no longer fitting. Previously, I had been aware of the concern of inflammation, and because I'd had a knee injury and had it surgically repaired, a meniscus tear, and again, Joe had kind of stepped in to help me understand that inflammation was a problem. So at that point, I really did start understanding the idea of icing an injury and also of the need to stop eating wheat products, because that was causing inflammation in my body. And my knee pain had reduced substantially. Although I noticed, even till just recently, that if I was on a long walk, that my knee would bother me still, but the pain was much more reduced. When I started working with Joe in January then, when I realized that I needed to do something about how I was eating, to deal with my weight issue, he immediately started having me record everything I was eating, and then we would meet weekly, and he would look over what I was eating, and he showed me very specifically that I needed to start eating so that I would be burning my own body fat, not burning all the extra carbs and sugar from the food I was eating. So he really counseled me to be working hard on a low-carb, low-sugar diet, and that meant many changes to things that I was eating, and to do moderate protein intake and really think about my good fats. And I've come to love things like coconut butter, which is really truly delicious, and discovered macadamia nuts. And I'm starting to use my own stored fat for energy, and that's, what's happening to help it go away. Since that January, I did the 3 months, and actually I've signed up again for another 3-month session. But in that first 3 months, I lost 12 pounds and could really see that the clothes that I wasn't fitting into any before that, I could now get into, especially in my waist. But it was an even bigger change. It was more exciting and more healthy, actually, that I felt like I was just going back to my more normal body, that I was shrinking everywhere from my head on down. And silly things like some large glasses I wear when I don't have my contacts on are now a little too big for my head. And my shoes fit easily. And I just feel like my whole body is more back to what it was and should be, and is in a healthier shape. Before I started the program, I had interrupted sleep, and what I would do to sort of get myself back to sleep again, self-medicate or whatever, was I would go eat and usually it wasn't a very healthy thing that I had, and then I'd be going right back to bed again, but I would fall asleep. But again, that was just all going to body fat. Now with my new kind of program of eating, I'm sleeping through the night much more frequently, and it's getting a sounder rest, waking, feeling much more rested and ready to start my day in a good way. With the rest that I'm getting and the type of good sound rest, I wake refreshed. I'm listening to what my body needs in terms of a little more, I think, in terms of what the food is it needs. And I am eating things that really give me the energy I need. And I'm able to go about, I have more energy, and I'm able to go about my day in a very strong way. And I feel like I am in a happier mood, and I can do more problem solving and can approach life in a much more positive way. And not only do I look and feel better, but what I had told Jo was that I'm very concerned about my brain health, because my family has a history of brain illnesses, with my father having died of a tumor of the brain, and my mother had Parkinson's for 25 years. So I'm very eager to know all that I can do to help my brain to function in its best capacity. And I am happy to give it the fuels that it really will function on the best. And that also certainly relates to your gut health. And I know that Jo is very interested in that, and I've learned a lot from him in that respect as well. And I just wanted to say that my daughter keeps telling me a wonderful little poem. You are a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see who you can be, who you can truly be. And I really feel that with this new counseling that I've gotten from Jo on my health issues and the proper diet and sleep, that I'm shining a little bit brighter and finding out more about who I am. I certainly do. I feel more confident. I feel more capable and walk with more pride. And my family has certainly noticed the change and are proud of me as well. I'm able to wear the clothes that I enjoy wearing and look nice when I go out with my husband. And actually today is our 43rd wedding anniversary. And I just feel better about myself and feel like I'm on a good pathway in my life. In thinking about these last several months, I've needed to make many changes, and I can only compliment Jo that he is stuck with his guns about what was important and what I needed to do, even when I got a little angry, and at one point even told him I wanted to break every bone in his body for telling me the things I needed to do in order to lose weight, because it's hard to make all those changes. But it's really, he explains things well, he understands what he's trying to accomplish, and he takes it a little bit at a time and helps you to find the end result that he knows that you can come to from all of his knowledge and his training and his sincerity. He wants the best for you as well. So I've really appreciated all of his help and counsel, and I will continue to work with him to keep going in the right direction.